Well, everybody, we needed the rain. You can just see how brown my grass was getting. We weren't in a drought anymore, but we certainly still needed a lot of rain. It's a good rain today, but it's awful humid out here in the workshop today. So I'll keep the doors open, but it's a warm one in the workshop today. So let's get on with some projects. Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Deez and this is Deez Workshop. The purpose of this video is yet another Vevor support video, but I think it's important. I know I've done a few of these, but the interest of this channel, the purpose that I set out was to inform anyone looking to get a Vevor Mini Lathe or maybe one of the other brands. I can't speak for the other brands' support, but I can speak for Vevor's support when purchasing through Amazon. So I wanted to just do another video on it because I think it's important. So if you recall, I recently finished my no spill oil pot. That'd be this guy here. And my original intent, take this out, the threads on this, I wanted to make those a little more aggressive, although it really didn't matter because this was just going to be two custom threads. They're nominal, non-nominal threads, but I was going to use standard, not metric, and I was going to make the threads 20 thread pitch. Well, when I started working on everything, I started working on the gearing in the back of the lathe, the headstock. I got everything laid out. I took all the gears out. I'm like, okay, now I need to have a 72, 33, 80, and a 40 thread. First thing I come across, I don't have a 72 tooth gear. It's very frustrating. These gears are not the type of thing that I can make. I don't have that kind of skill yet. They're not the type of thing I could go down to Lowe's or Menards or the hardware store and purchase. These are kind of custom parts, right? There's machine shops that could make this stuff, but I don't know anybody in a machine shop. This is a hobby for me. So in the interest of pushing through that project, I switched over to metric and I made them I think 1.5 inch thread pitch, or 1.5, not 1.5 inch, 1.5 thread pitch. So regardless, I got the task done. It worked out. It was irrelevant as far as being a problem. It was just I wanted to do a 20 thread pitch and I couldn't. So I went ahead and finished the project, but I was irritated by it. You know, I bought this lathe. It's supposed to come with the components it's supposed to come with, and it didn't. It's missing a gear. I can't. So there's several gears if you look on here. I can't do an 11 thread pitch. I can't do a 38, a 28, a 40. Who knows? I may want to. I may need to do that someday. I can't do the 20. And then when you get to the metric side, I can't do a 0.75 thread pitch. I can't do a 1.25. I can't do a 3 thread pitch. I can't do a 1.75. There's there's really a lot of thread pitches I cannot do without that gear. All right, so after I realized I didn't have that 72 tooth gear, I proceeded to make my oil pot. Life was fine, but I was irritated. You know, it's supposed to come with it. I should have it. And I thought, you know, I'm going to pursue this and see where I can go to get the part or what I need in order to get the 72 tooth gear. So I looked and I was 2 days past my 1 year purchase date. Regardless, I thought, let me give Amazon a chance. So I was 2 days past 1 year of my original purchase date. I thought, I'm going to give them a shot. Yeah, it's only 2 days. If I was a reseller and someone reached out to me 2 days after, I'd help them. That's integrity, right? 2 days, 4 days, I mean, come on. I reached out to the reseller through Amazon. I used the Amazon portal. messaging system. And the response was, we're sorry, you're past your 1 year. Basically, that's it. They're not going to help. That was Boberon. The reseller was actually Boberon, whatever that means, but that's the reseller at Amazon that responded. Again, I still believe that the resellers at Amazon are Vevor. It is who it is. I don't know why they have so many different names. Maybe there's a legal liability thing they can get away with by doing that. But regardless, Amazon message, it was a bust. What am I going to do? I'm not going to argue. It's beyond a year. It's a year warranty. And that's what I ended up with. So I waited. I was like, I finished my project. I still sat on it for another week, and I thought, you know what? This isn't right. This isn't a broken lathe. You just simply did not give me the parts that I purchased. So I went to Vevor's website. They have a contact us page. There's customer service, and I thought, I'm going to go ahead and make a request out there, contact customer service, and see if they'll stand behind the product. And so they ask for your original or order number. I put in my Amazon order number. They're aware of that order being made through Amazon, and they know that was purchased through Amazon. In the system, it popped up. I select my system, described my problem, asked if they could help me because I'm missing the 72 tooth gear, and there's nothing that I can do I can't do many of the thread pitches that I might need to do. So their response was, see if you can find a local store, retail establishment, buy one, and they'll reimburse me. Well, as I said at the beginning of this video, these gears are not something, there's machine shops that can make you one, but these things don't exist. They're not in a retail store. These are very specific to these mini lathes. The best you can do is order them online. So I started researching online. And they're out there. eBay, Amazon's got some are packed in multi-packs, all kinds of other stuff. Regardless, I responded and I said, I can't find one locally, but they are online. And again, their response, now keep in mind, it's 24-hour delayed because they're probably in China or in India or somewhere where they're responding, but they responded and they said, again, go ahead and purchase the replacement part and we'll refund you the money. And I said, okay. So I purchased the part online where I could find it. You guys can do your own Googling for that kind of stuff. It's all out there, right? eBay, Amazon, Vevor itself. You can buy this stuff. I did also mention to them, I said, if you just want to send me the gear, go ahead and send me the gear. But their response was, purchase the part and we'll refund you the money. So I did. Keep in mind, I'm beyond 1 year support. And I thought, well, if they don't reimburse, I can either return it or at least I'll get the gear, right? Or if they don't refund the money. So I went ahead and made my purchase. I showed them proof of purchase because they did require a screenshot of my invoice. They want proof of purchase because, again, I'm not trying to get anything I'm not deserved. I bought the thing. It didn't come with it. I just want my gear. The next day, they issued a refund for the amount of the purchase. Now, I'm waiting on that to arrive from my original purchase. It should be here tomorrow. And with that, that's where I'll pick up this video. I just want to make sure I did indeed get my part, and I'm going to share it with you from beginning to end. This is worth mentioning. This is worth sharing with you all. If you're looking to get one of these and work with Vevor, if I get that lathe or that gear tomorrow, how can we complain when they stand behind the product? Now, they're not going to send a technician out to fix this thing. That's not the kind of product that we're buying here. But monetarily, they replace the parts. They'll replace your cost in order to replace broken parts on the thing. We all know what we're buying with these, so it's hard to complain. Let's stop here. It'll just be a couple seconds for you, but for me it'll be the next day. I want to make sure I get the part before we conclude this video. I want to show it to you. I want to share it with you. And then I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, today is the next day. It's actually a few days later. But I finally received the gear, the 72 tooth gear that I ordered. I found a gear online, I ordered it, I sent the invoice to the Vevor support through the thread that I had going. This was the support off of Vevor's main site. The Amazon reseller would no longer work with me on that because it was beyond a year. I do think, personally, that they're the same. It's the same support whether you do the reseller at Amazon or Vevor's site. But regardless, doesn't matter. They worked with me at Vevor. I bought this, sent them the invoice, and they reimbursed me the money. I can't complain. This is actually this doesn't look like one of those sintered steel pressed gears either. This is a machined steel gear. It's actually labeled 72. I don't know if you can see that. And let's do some measurements and make sure we got the right gear. Because again, buying some of this stuff online, you're like, I hope that's the right one. So here's my original gears that I've used in the past. Let's compare it to one of these. 66 tooth gear. It's all the same. I mean, this might need maybe a little deburring. It's actually not too bad at all. But at any rate, there's a 66 tooth gear. Here's the new replacement gear that I got. So, in summary, what can I say? They replaced the part, or they covered the cost to replace the part. I had to do the legwork, but I'm not going to complain. Knowing what you know about Vevor and these Chinese-made mini lathes and those manufacturers, Vevor seems to stand behind their product in my personal experience. I can't complain about them, and I can't not recommend them. I still wouldn't say do some research and look at other vendors, but if you're on a tight budget and you're interested in one of these Vevor lathes, or I don't know, maybe some of their other products. I have no experience with any of their other products, but based off of support, I would consider them, and knowing you're probably going to get Harbor Freight quality stuff often. So keep that in mind. But at any rate, chalk another one up for Vevor support. They came through. I now have a 72 tooth gear, and I can now make every thread pitch that the machine is supposed to be able to make. Can't complain. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found this informational and useful. If you're on the fence of buying a Vevor lathe, I have no affiliation. They didn't give me this thing, but I can't knock them. I can't tell you not to do it based off of my experience. At any rate, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found this informational, and I hope to see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Thought I'd give you a little bit closer of a view of this replacement gear. It seems to be machined and turned, not that sintered steel, pressed steel stuff. Not too bad. But again, I had to look for this one online and find it myself. But at any rate, I've got a gear.